Hello everyone and welcome to the last book haul for September. I will not be including the book that I got from the Probably Smut unboxing. There was a video that's already posted for that. So I will not be including that book. And I will not be including the books that I've already hauled in the Barnes & Noble book haul that I did for the month, where my mom and I went to Barnes & Noble in honor of my grandma, just to kind of honor her because she loved to read, and we went to McDonald's that day because she loved McDonald's. Always had to get her iced tea. And yeah, so I do have some books to show you, and I don't want this video to be super long, and I don't want to keep repeating books, even though I may have hauled it already before. I don't want to haul it again, so we're only doing that just the once. So first off, I'm going to show you the R.L. Stine books that I got. These are all in the Fear Street world. I am almost done trying to collect all the Fear Street books. But there are still some like super chillers and things like the special edition type ones, or super chillers definitely, that I'm going to try to collect. But for right now, I've got more. And some of these were like ridiculously like almost $1,000, and then they finally dropped down to like $30. I thought, okay, I've got to do that, which is still ridiculous for a Fear Street book, but it is what it is. So let's see. So I have some in the Cataluna Chronicles. So let's go ahead and do those ones first. I don't know which one's number 1, 2, or anything, but I have the Evil Moon. And this one says, A Car to Die For. Brian wants the Cataluna more than he's ever wanted anything. The sleek white car is all he can think about, and he'll do whatever it takes to get it. Steal, even kill. But Brian is the one who could end up dead. Inside the Cataluna lives an ancient evil, and it wants him. And then in the Cataluna Chronicles, I have The Deadly Fire. This one I'm a little disappointed in. I did buy this one used, and it looks like there's either some ink bled on from something else, or it's mold. I think it's ink because it has kind of a bluish tint. It doesn't look like... I think it's some kind of a blue drink. Anyway, Death on Wheels. The Doom car has already destroyed race car driver Stan McCloy, but his brother Buddy still can't seem to stay away from it. There's something about that gorgeous Cataluna, something ancient and evil, but all Buddy sees is a way to win back his girlfriend from Will, the mysterious guy she's been seeing. Just one race and Sarah will be his. Just one explosive race to the death. And then the last one in the Cataluna Chronicles is The Dark Secret. Stepsisters Regina and Lauren are thrilled. They've got their own wheels, and this sexy Cataluna is one hot car. Too hot, because inside the Cataluna, the curse of bad luck Catherine lives on. And while Catherine is hunted in her own time, Regina and Lauren will be hunted in theirs. Because in this car, evil is always in the driver's seat. This gives me Christine by R.L. Stine vibes. Just YA. So, I don't know. We'll see. And then I have Fear Park number 2, The Loudest Scream. I remember enjoying this series. Something to fear. Something is very wrong at Fear Park. People keep getting hurt or killed. Deidre Bradley knows this is the worst time to fall in love, but she can't help herself. Robin Fear is so intense and mysterious. He always acts as if he has a big secret. He does. Robin wants to destroy Fear Park, and he has a plan that will cost Deidre her life. And then I do have a super chiller. I have High Tide, Blood in the Water. Adam Malfitano still has nightmares about the night his girlfriend Mitzi died. He sees the blood, he sees her in the water, he is a lifeguard, and he can't save her. He wakes up screaming. Even worse, he has begun to see Mitzi while he is awake. He knows it is impossible, but she looks so real. He can see her face decaying. What does she want from him? Why won't she leave him alone? He tried to save her. Doesn't she know that? And then I have 2 in the Fear Street sagas. I have number 14, which is One Last Kiss. This one was like definitely over $200. Finally dropped down to like $20 because I guess the people just wanted to get it gone. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it now. The Cold Bite of Fear. Eleanor Rollins' mother was killed by vampires. Now her father is obsessed with killing them. Eleanor just wants a normal life, but that's not possible. Even her handsome neighbor, Trevor fear can't protect her from the creatures of the night and their kiss of death. And then the last one, this is one that when I watched this, I would watch the price slowly come down. It was like over $1,000, and then it went to $980 and kind of stayed in the $900 range to $1,000 range, and then it bumped down to $500, and finally got down to like $30, and it's like, I better do this now. And that is the Hand of Power. Number 16. Will the past protect her or defeat her? Marguerite Fear doesn't like using her strange ability to see into the past, but when her fiancé Peter Strudevant asks her to help him, Marguerite agrees. He knows a mysterious source of power is hidden somewhere in his mansion. He's desperate to have it. But then Marguerite finds the power, along with its legacy of danger, despair, and death. My one issue with this is something spilled that's oily, and so some of these pages are like kind of water damaged, but it's kind of oily at the same time. It's like I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. That's the chance that risk you take with getting used books, especially books from the 90s. They've just been around for a while, so got those. Okay, and then I bought 3 sequels, okay? So the first one I got is, 2 of them are mangas. This one is number 4 in A Man and His Cat by Umi Sakurai. So it's just about a man and his cat, so I got that one. And then I bought number 3 of Black Butler by Yana Toboso. This is a fun series. Yeah. Some of the hints it's giving, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, wasn't seeing that. But Black Butler, number 3. And then the novel that I got, that's a sequel, is Mistletoe and Mishigas by M.A. Wardell. This is a queer male-male romance. The first book in this was spicy, so I think this will come through with the spice as well. This one says, Beauty and the Bear, can these opposites fake their way into something real? Sheldon Solskine should be having a holiday. Let me start that over. Sheldon Solskine should be having a horrible day. Even though he's been unexpectedly transferred to a new school right before the holidays, has only one day to set up his new classroom, and just discovered his twin sister's been hiding an invitation to his ex-boyfriend's Christmas Eve wedding. He's still ready to take on the world with a smile on his face and a skip in his step. And that's the thing, the first one was a teacher one as well, and so looks like this one's a teacher and maybe a janitor, especially because there's a mop at the other side with a cat on the cover. Anyway, Theo Brinson just wanted to be left alone to his custodial duties. So this is Theo. It also has his name badge. So this one, the blonde, is Theo. Let's see. But when the chipper new first grade teacher needs help moving furniture the Sunday after Thanksgiving, he's forced to do something he detests. Help. To make matters worse, Theo's overbearing parents are coming for Hanukkah in a few weeks, and he's told them he has a boyfriend, except he doesn't. So fake dating. Because who would want to date an oaf like Theo? Evidently this guy. So the first book, it was between a kindergarten teacher and the parent of one of the students of that teacher. So this one's a first grade teacher and the custodian. Okay, cool beans. Working together, these opposites discover they might be able to help each other out. Agreeing to be each other's dates, they become friends as they practice for their upcoming events. But when all the rehearsing starts feeling a little too real, both men's pasts come roaring back to haunt them. Will they be able to pull off the ultimate holiday masquerade? This sounds... And the other one, it was very spicy, but had its very sweet moments. So then, my mom wanted to go back to Barnes & Noble to look specifically for some Halloween books. So I just can't go into Barnes & Noble and not purchase any books. I've always got to purchase something. So I got 3 books. I did control myself with 3 only. So I got 2 that were on the buy one, get one half off table. I forgot to take that sticker off. So buy one, get one half. And this one is This Book Kills by Ravena Guron. I'll make it clear from the start. I did not kill Hugh Henry Van Boren. I didn't even help. Well, not intentionally. All Jess Corduroy, wants is to keep her head down, do her work, and make it through high school without any problems. As a scholarship student, her future at the elite school depends on her ability to keep a low profile and a spotless record. But when one of the most popular and richest kids in school ends up dead in the exact same way as a character in a short story she wrote, Jess unintentionally finds herself at the center of the investigation. And then Jess receives an anonymous text thanking her for the inspiration. As rumors run rampant about who the murderer could be, Jess knows if she doesn't solve this mystery herself, she'll finally have something in common with Hugh. She'll be dead too. I think this one's a young adult, so yeah. Okay. And then the other one from the buy one get one half off is The Haunting. This cover was a complete pull-in for me. Natasha Preston. I have looked at several of the covers for the books that this author has written, and whoever is doing the covers, the cover art for Natasha's books is doing a very good job because they are very eye-catching and very much drawing me in, wanting to pick them up. It says, haunted by the past, terrified of the present. Penny knows she must forget about her ex, Nash, ever since his father was revealed as the brutal serial killer who traumatized their small town last Halloween. Penny's parents have forbidden her to have anything to do with him, Nash or his family. It's hard not to think of him, but she's trying. That stops when she goes shopping with her friends for a costume. What she finds instead is ripped from a horror movie. Someone from school bleeding out on the floor of a dressing room, stabbed. People are quick to blame Nash and his sister, Grace. But as Halloween nears and the body count rises, Penny can't help thinking this copycat killer is someone no one else suspects. Now the third one I did as a mystery blind date with a book purchase, and I am very happy with what this one was. I don't remember the hint. My mom wanted me to unwrap it, so I unwrapped it in the car. And it's Youthjuice by EK Sathue. Not quite sure how to say this. Yeah. I love simple covers. Let's see. From Sylvia Banyan's first day on the storytelling team at Hebe, H-E-B-E is what it is, a luxury skincare / wellness company based in New York's trendy Soho neighborhood, it's clear something is deeply amiss. But Sophia, pushing 30, has plenty of skeletons in her closet, next to the designer knockoffs, and doesn't care. Though she leads an outwardly charmed life, she aches for a deeper meaning to her flat existence, and a cure for her brutal nail-biting habit. She finds it all and more at Hebe, with Tree Whitestone, Hebe's charismatic founder and CEO. Soon, Sophia is addicted to her Hebe lifestyle, especially Youthjuice, the fatty, soothing moisturizer Tree has asked Sophia to test. But when cracks in Hebe's infrastructure start to worsen, and Sophia learns the gruesome secret ingredient at the heart of Youthjuice, she has to decide how far she's willing to go to stay beautiful forever. Glittering with ominous flashes of Sophia's coming-of-age story, former beauty editor EK... okay, so the author is a former beauty editor. And this is a horror debut, as incisive as it is stomach-turning in its portrayal of all-consuming female friendship and the beauty industry's short attention span. It says, Youthjuice does to skincare influencers what Bret Easton Ellis did to yuppies. I don't know that reference. I'll have to look that up. You'll never moisturize the same way again. So that sounds really good. It was tagged. One of the things, it was mentioned that it was a horror. So that's a horror. Now, I do have some more books to show you, but I did not pay for these ones. I take that back. I have two more. This one, if you would have seen my TBR videos for October, you will have seen this one, and that's 6 Stunning Sirens by Lynn Cahoon. I will read the synopsis of this in case you don't care about TBR videos. In a triumph for Mia's catering business and cooking school, Mia's Morsels is chosen to host a fall festival event in their Idaho mountain town, which means managing a bunch of stage moms and their social media obsessed daughters as they get ready for the big beauty contest. There's a lot riding on the results of the Harvest Moon Festival. It's where the winning family receives an inside track to Coven power. But after one stage mom is found dead and another winds up in the hospital, the coven suspects magical meddling. With a week to go before the coronation of the new queen, Mia must draw on her sleuthing powers to find out what's going on and whether this competition has gotten a little too cutthroat. So this is another next in a series that I got. And that one was actually a pre-order, and so it came in. And another pre-order that came in that I got is a Wendy Webb book, and this is The Witches of Santo Stefano. This one says, dark branches on a tangled family tree. When Cassie Graves discovers her husband's affair, it's enough to chip away at the foundation of her life. But after researching her family's Italian ancestry, it completely crumbles beneath her. Her grandmother, Gia's often told stories about the past are a lie. Her much romanticized great-grandfather, Giovanni, may not even exist. Most alarming of all, it appears her mysterious great-grandmother, Violetta, died by Stregoneria, witchcraft. Now, piecing together the puzzle of her family tree in the small, centuries-old hill town of Santo Stefano, Cassie finds help from a welcoming group of locals, the accommodating Renzo Dante, whose own family history connects with Cassie's, and the ethereal Luna, an interpreter of dreams who gives Cassie a protective amulet, and the warning that she may have walked into a trap. When Cassie comes upon an old spell book, she gets closer to unearthing long-buried family secrets, the truth about a powerful female lineage, and the haunting discovery of who she really is. So those are the ones that I purchased. Again, 2 of them were pre-orders. And then the 7 of the R.L. Stine books, all of the R.L. Stine books were thrift purchases. So, used books. My mom is doing some unhauls, and she knows I love books. And I read a lot more than she does. And so she gifted me these books that she decided she no longer wants on her bookshelf because as she's getting older, she's getting arthritis in her hands and it's hard to hold some physical books, and some of them she's just lost interest in. So I'll show you the books that my mom transferred over to me. This one says it's a Chet and Bernie mystery. So part of a series, I just don't know what number in the series, but it's Sense and Sensibility, written by Spencer Quinn. It says, loyal, brave, and fearless, Chet, the canine companion to private investigator Bernie Little, doesn't miss much, even if he can't always remember what it is that he knows. In the 8th Okay, so this is the 8th book. It says, in the 8th book of this best-selling beloved mystery series, Bernie and Chet return home from a long road trip to find themselves in an unusually prickly situation. First, Bernie's wall safe, normally hidden behind the waterfall picture in the office, is gone, and with it, Bernie's grandfather's watch, their most valuable possession. And next door, old Mr. Parsons is under investigation for being in possession of a saguaro cactus illegally transplanted from the desert. Bernie and Chet go deep into the wild to investigate. Is it possible that a lovely old couple like the Parsons have a secret in their past? Chet and Bernie discover bad things going on in the desert, far worse than cactus smuggling, and all connected to a strange but innocent-seeming desert musical festival called Cactus Man. They unearth clues that take them back to a long-ago kidnapping, where the ransom money disappeared, even though the kidnappers were caught. Stirring up the past brings our detective duo to the attention of a ruthless and charismatic criminal with a cult following. A criminal who sees at once that Chet and Bernie mean to each other and know how to exploit it. Chet and Bernie are in top form as they face real danger in their own backyard, take on some seriously bad dudes in an unforgiving environment, and discover unexpected truths about their own natures. I'm guessing this is a middle grade or young adult. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll have to get a hold somehow of the first book. I could put that on my Christmas list for my mom. Anyway, okay, because she does want ideas. I have 2 from the same author, it looks like. Yeah, 2 from Jane Harper. I have The Dry, and it says, Federal Agent Aaron Falk hasn't been back to the place where he grew up in 20 years, not since he and his father were run out of town. Even when Falk gets worried that his childhood best friend Luke is dead and his entire family murdered, Falk still isn't planning on going back. But then he gets a note. Luke lied, you lied, be at the funeral. And just like that, Falk is swept back into the secrets of the place and people he left so long ago. When Falk returns for the funeral amid the worst drought in a century, long-buried mysteries resurface, along with the lies that accompanied them. And Falk will discover anew what he's known all along. Sometimes you have to go back home in order to finally leave your past behind. I do know that my mom gave me these ones. One, she's less interested. Two, she doesn't really care for the author's writing. But, yeah. There's a lot of authors my mom is kind of like, she's very picky with what she reads. Like, very, 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 very picky. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. But she's having a hard, and right now she's kind of in a slump, so she's having a really hard time getting into any book. So if there's an author that she's struggled with the writing in the past, she doesn't want anything to do with that author right now. And this is one of them, unfortunately. I haven't read any Jane Harper, but it sounds good. So this one is Force of Nature, also by Jane Harper. When 5 colleagues are forced to go on a corporate retreat in the wilderness, they reluctantly pick up their backpacks and start walking down the muddy path. After all, this retreat is supposed to take the office workers out of their air-conditioned comfort zone. It's supposed to be a bonding experience. It's supposed to build trust. But it doesn't work out that way. One of the women doesn't come out of the woods, and each of her companions tells a slightly different story about what happened. Federal agent Aaron Falk has a keen interest in the whereabouts of the missing hiker. Alice Russell is the whistleblower on his latest case, and in just a matter of weeks, she was supposed to help him bring down both the company she works for and the people she works with. In an investigation that takes him deep into isolated bushland, Falk discovers secrets lurking in the mountains and a tangled web of personal and professional friendship, suspicion, and betrayal among the hikers. But did that lead to murder? Okay, this one sounds really interesting to me. More so than the dry. So I'm more intrigued about that one. Okay, the next one that she gave to me is all of these next ones from here on out she gave to me. Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse. Find her before the Nazis do. Amsterdam, 1943. Hanukkah? I don't know. She spends her days finding and delivering sought-after black market goods to paying customers. Nights hiding the true nature of her work from her concerned parents, and every waking moment mourning her boyfriend, who was killed on the Dutch front lines when the German army invaded. Her illegal work keeps her family afloat. And Hanka also likes to think of it as a small act of rebellion against the Nazis. On a routine delivery, a client asks her for help, expecting to hear that Mrs. Jansen wants her to find meat or kerosene. She is shocked by the older woman's frantic plea to find a person, a Jewish teenager Mrs. Jansen has been hiding, who has vanished without a trace from a secret room. She initially wants nothing to do with such a dangerous task, but is ultimately drawn into a web of mysteries and stunning revelations, where the only way out is through. I do know the reason she gave me this is she is burnt out on World War II fiction. So she's going to read something with the war, which she's not inclined to anyway. Not really interested in. She definitely does not want something that deals with World War II. She's read a lot of them and is burnt out on it. And these other ones, these next 4, I don't know why she decided to get rid of them. I guess she just lost interest. I don't know. But the last one I'll show you, there is a specific reason why. So, The Last Passenger by Charles Finch. With a rapidly growing audience, superb reviews. Oh, I don't care about that. There is no, it just has, this is a must read. Where's the synopsis? Is there even a synopsis on this one? Is this an ARC? Okay, I have realized this is an ARC, and I am actually in the process of unhauling a bunch of ARCs, so I think I will go ahead and pass this on as well. I didn't realize this was an ARC until just now. But the cover looks intriguing, so I definitely am interested just from the cover alone. But there's also not a synopsis. There's no synopsis on the back, and I don't... It just goes right into chapter 1. So I don't even know what this is about. So this is one that I will pass on. And I will ask for a finished copy at some point. I'll go buy it or get it from the library or something. But yeah, I'll pass this on just because the type of reviews I like to do on my channel, I can't do those with ARCs just because things can change, words can be added or omitted. So the type of reviews that I like to do on my channel, I have to have the finished copy. So I will go ahead and unhaul this one. Okay, so 3 books. These ones, let me make sure. Yeah, these ones are finished copies. Okay, they're all finished copies. This one is The Atomic Weight of Love by Elizabeth J. Church. In her sweepy, okay, so this is a debut. Okay, here we go. In 1941, at 17 years old, Meriden begins her ornithology studies at the University of Chicago. She is soon drawn to Alden Whetstone, a brilliant, complicated physics professor who opens her eyes to the fundamentals and poetry of his field, the beauty of motion, space, and time, the delicate balance of force and energy that allows a bird to fly. Entranced and in love, Meriden defers her own career path and follows Alden West to Los Alamos, where he is engaged in a secret government project, later known to be the atomic bomb. In married life, though, she feels lost and left behind. She channels her academic ambitions into studying a particular family of crows, whose free life and companionship are the very things that seem beyond her reach. There in her canyons, years later at the dawn of the 1970s, with counterculture youth filling the streets and protests against the war rupturing college campuses across the country, Meriden meets Clay, a young geologist and veteran for the Vietnam War, and together they seek ways to mend what the world has broken. Okay, so that's that one. Oh, here we go, by Spencer. Didn't I already do this one? Another book by Spencer Quinn. This is another Chet and Bernie series. Is this one actually book number 1 in the series? Huh. No, book number 1 is Doggone It. So the Sense and Sensibility that you saw earlier is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is, I guess number 9? Because it's not listed in the series that's in the front. So, it says, Chet the dog, the most lovable narrator in all of crime fiction, and P.I. Bernie Little are both music lovers. So when Lottie Pilgrim, a country singer from long ago, turns up at a local bar, they drive out to catch her act. They are surprised to encounter heartache and much worse in the world of country music. Soon the partners are working the most puzzling case of their career, one that takes them in search of old border town secrets and into present-day danger. Chet and Bernie find themselves sucked into a real-life murder ballad where there is no one to trust but each other. I do like this dog. I had a dog that looked like that. Not with the white in his ears, and his ears are more flipped over, because the black dog that I had growing up was a Shepherd Lab mix, but he was all black. And so this makes me think of that dog from my childhood. Oh, great memories. So yeah, Heart of Barkness. Okay. The next book that my mom passed on to me, unfortunately, has deckled edges. I really hate the deckled edges. That is The Walk by Richard Paul Evans. It says, what would you do if you lost everything? Your job, your home, and the love of your life, all at the same time. When it happened to Seattle ad executive Alan Christopherson, he's tempted by his darkest thoughts, a bottle of pills in his hand and nothing left to live for. He plans to end his misery. Instead, he decides to take a walk, but not an ordinary walk. Taking with him only the barest of essentials. Al leaves behind all that he's known and heads for the farthest point on his map, Key West, Florida. The people he encounters along the way and lessons they share with him will save his life and inspire yours. By the author of The Christmas Box. So, okay. All right, the last book in this haul is one that my mom had me order, and I was surprised when she asked me to order this because she does not like this author's writing at all, but the cover looks like a middle grade, and it talks about, in a synopsis, about a 12-year-old boy, so she was thinking it was a middle grade. This is not a middle grade, okay? I can tell you that. And she flipped through it and was seeing like the F-bomb and the C word and other stuff. And so she's like, she can't do it. So she's passed it on to me because she knows I'll read just about anything, pretty much. And that's Stephen King. She thought this one was a middle grade and thought she would try it because she thought it was a middle grade. It is not a middle grade. This is called The Body. This is probably going to very much be adult. I don't know where she saw the F-bomb, but yeah. So this is, I would say, is just a short story by Stephen King. It is 179 pages. Yep, 179 pages, which is 34 chapters. It says 12-year-old Gordy LeChance and his 3 friends set out on a quest to find a boy from a nearby town who has disappeared. They search for his body along the railroad tracks during a miserably hot summer and soon learn that monsters are not lurking in their closets, but live at the hearts of people. Yeah, so she thought where it was mostly about the kids, it would be middle grade. It does say, adapted into the 1986 classic film Stand By Me. The Body is an iconic exploration of friendship, adventure, and an unforgettable coming-of-age story. So, but yeah, she does not like this author's writing at all. So I was surprised when she had me order it. But I thought, okay, you want it, you can have it. So that's it. Let me know if you've read any of these books or books from any of these authors. And if there's one that stands out particularly to you. Anyway, just let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I will talk to you later.